Hey everybody, I'm an audiologist, basically an ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor that's doing a hearing test on me. So, um, this is the room that he has me in. There's special equipment and stuff. So, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay? Wow. Wow. I'm just waiting for him to get back. Oh, wow. When I am by myself and I don't have anybody to help me, I take my wheelchair. Trusty wheelchair. Oh, thank God for that. Because I think I'd injure myself if I didn't. I'm gonna pause it here. Okay. Oh. Yes. 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 Okay. Oh. Yes. 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 Mm. Okay. Outside. Playground. Daybreak. North. Wow. West. Wow. Mushroom. Doormat. Wow. Sorry. Eardrum. Icebergs. Padlock. Sunset. Cowboy. Baseball. Oatmeal. Greyhound. Birthday. Airplane. Oh. Headlights. Pancake. Hardware. Toothbrush. Toothache. Sorry. Grandson. Oh. Cowboy. Doormat. Northwest. Playground. Oatmeal. Airplane. Oh. Okay. Oh. Knock. Knock, knock. Knock. Who's there? Kite, 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 kite. Take. Wow. Keen. Puff, puff, pass. Hash, hash, hash. Hash, hash, hash. Sorry. Oh. Tip, 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 tip of the tip, 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 tip of the iceberg. Sorry. Pool. Burn. Subscribe. Oh. Oh, sorry. Oh. Okay, I can hear you. Oh. Grandson. Headlights. Birthday. Baseball. Sunset. Daybreak. Northwest. Oatmeal. Pad. Match. Deep. Chief. Woo, 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 woo. Gaze. Rot in hell. Sorry. Rot. Haze. Purple haze. Whoa. Calm. Quiet. East, west, north. Sorry, south. Bad. Nice. Sorry. Nice. Oh. These nuts. Sorry. Whoa. 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 I can hear you from both sides, yes. Whoa. No. Yeah. Whoa. No, not cigarettes. I'm a medical marijuana patient, so I do flower. Oh. No. It makes me dizzy and it gives me headaches. It hurts me and I can't stand up when I do it. I have to sit down or lay down and it's hard to breathe. Yes. No. No. I have high triglycerides. Yes. Yes. All the time. But sometimes I think it's because it depends on the noise that's around me and how my brain is interpreting it. but as soon as it goes quiet at nighttime, it's like really loud. But then there's some days where I'll be doing nothing, just sitting there. People will be talking to me, and out of nowhere, a loud ringing just comes, and it hurts my ear. And it kind of jumps up and down with the sound of the tone, because but it sounds like, yeah, it's just constant. Like I can hear it now. Yes. Oh my God, it's so bad. I can't look at people in their face because I have to hyper focus. I have to look at the ground or something else just to try to be able to focus that one sound out of all the noises. Hmm. I've had migraines um for years now. I got sick one time from a kid when I was in my 20s, and it I suffered a migraine headache for like almost a month. It was so severe that I couldn't see the sunlight, the daylight, the lights in my house had to be turned off. The TV had to be off. I had to be under a blanket, just completely covered in a dark place, just to try to help it to stop being so bad. The migraine headaches were so severe. And then I went to the hospital, and then after that, nothing. It went away, and they didn't give me anything. It just ended up going away after some time. And then every once in a while, I do have like a severe migraine headache. When my Tourette's goes off, it feels like there's pressure building up in my head, and it literally feels like I don't know if it's blood or if it's brain fluid, but it feels like sloshing going back and forth in my brain, and there's pain that comes with it, and it's like achy, agonizing pain. It's searing, Whoa. And it happens when I'm having like an attack, or my tics are just going off one after another, and whoa, it creates a migraine headache from there. Whoa. No. No history of hearing loss. Oh. Oh. Um, every once in a while I have felt pressure, yeah, like if I'm traveling down water or going up high into the air, and it'll almost be like a popping, but it doesn't happen often. It's like once in a blue moon that happens. Oh. No, it would be both. Oh. No, I haven't had radiation. Oh. Okay, so noise exposure. I grew up in the 90s and the 80s where basing music and cars and doing systems was like the big thing. So I had a lot of exposure to heavy bass, probably starting around, I would say maybe around 12 years of age. It was my first experience being in a car in the back seat where there was like probably two 12s going off. And my first reaction to it was putting my hands over my head and started crying because it was so intense to me. I think I've had sensory issues my whole life. No, never. Yes. No, it was just recently discovered that I have a mastoid in on my right lower underneath my ear, and that is filled with fluid. There's a CT scan and an MRI done, and it shows the fluid. Right now, no, but it happens to me a lot when I'm standing and trying to walk around. Out of nowhere, I'll feel like the world is just kind of shifting and moving around me, and I feel really dizzy, and I have to kind of like clutch onto something or lean against something to kind of get myself back together again. Blink a few times to try to shake it off, I guess. No, I've never had a hearing aid before. Wow. Okay. Okay. Huh. Just waiting now. Oh.
When you hear something, just say yes.
Okay.
And then we'll be done and we'll go over the results.
Okay, this is so neat.
Yeah.
But the mastoid's like down here.
Yeah, so
It goes up here?
yeah, it covers the inner ear.
Oh, that's neat. New machines. Oh. Yes. 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 Well, yes. What is that?
Okay.
Oh.
That's it.
So do I have normal hearing?
You do.
Ah.
No hearing aids for you, young lady.
Nice. Oh.
But I'll show you on the graph what we were looking at.
Okay,
So
let
I'm
me
gonna
put
bring
my
you out.
glasses back on.
You get to go for a little ride down the hill.
Wow. Cool. Your tape is so yellow.
I had to put that there because people didn't see the ramp underneath
Oh no.
and they were tripping. And we have a lot of people coming in with dizziness and we don't want to cause any more.
Wow. Oh. Wow. It's bright. Oh. Oh. So,
Can you see the graph?
yeah, it's like all intertwined with each other. What does that mean?
So the red, if you can see the red circles and the blue X's.
Yeah.
Red is your right ear, blue is your left.
Okay.
They're pretty much the same.
Oh.
This is almost like a piano keyboard, like low pitch, middle pitch, high pitch.
Right.
And then over here, loud, or the loudness, so soft sounds, moderate sounds, loud sounds. If you can hear, that's the cutoff line for normal hearing, you're way up here. So your hearing is normal.
Okay, so there's nothing above average about it. So everybody should be able to hear the rain like I do then.
You lost me there for a second. Your hearing is well within the normal range. Other people may have hearing loss and not hear the rain like you. You have what sounds like what we call hyperacusis, where you have a hyper awareness sensitivity to even soft and moderate sounds.
Yes.
Like, so if somebody starts clapping their hands, they're probably sounds much louder than
It
it is.
is. It is. Oh.
So you probably don't like a lot of
It
loud.
shocks me a little bit.
Yeah.
If it's quick and fast, and I'm not prepared for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh. But it's yeah, I can hear soft sounds that not many of my family members can, like, not even my kids can hear. Like, I'll tell them, hey, it's raining outside. They're like, no, it's not. And then they'll go outside and they'll be like, oh my God, it's storming. How did you know? And it's like, I could hear it. You can't hear it falling all around us.
No, but someone with a heightened awareness like you would notice that, that not everyone has that. And that may be a byproduct of something. The migraines, like light and sound sensitivity are very common with that. How long have you had the tics?
I've had tics my whole life, but the full-on Tourette's, where it was uncontrollable, happened around August of last year.
Was there an event that happened?
I've had a lot of car accidents way before it had happened, but that year I had a car accident, and I hit my head pretty hard against the door. And I also had several accidents in the past couple of years where I slipped and fell. I hit my head really bad in the back, really hard. There was one where I hit my head on a shelving, and I kept hitting my head on every shelving that followed, and then cans fell on top of my head.
Was this because you were dizzy, or you just slipped?
I slipped on a plastic bag that was on my floor. There was a lot of stuff at the time because we were having a lot of people giving us gifts because I just had twins. And there were so many gifts that it was overwhelming, and it literally cluttered the floor, and it caused me to slip and fall. But my husband has said that I've always been accident prone, which is kind of true. I've always end up injuring myself some way or another, just by slipping, bumping into stuff, falling. It's just something that's kind of happened all my life. I never really thought too much about it, but that's another reason why I have like little scars and things everywhere. It's kind of been a lifelong, just been klutzy kind of.
So a lot of bumping your arm on doorways. Hitting your head on things.
Yeah, I've accidentally had the trunk of the car hit me a few times. The hood of the car hit me a few times. Falling out of trees when I was a little kid because I was overactive, very hyper, considered like a tomboy. So my cousin threw rocks at me, hit me in my head, fell out of a tree, things like that. This was probably when I was like 8, 9 years old. My dad used to think it was funny to knock on my head, and say, oh, no, like, you naughty girl, like, what are you doing now? And it's because I was always getting in trouble. So I was always getting knocked on my head. It was a normal thing for him to do to me. He thought, I don't know, I have no idea what he thought. How you would think that knocking on a child's head is okay, but he used to do it pretty hard.
Too hard, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember just being reprimanded my entire life when I was real little. You're not supposed to say that. What are you saying? And then it was just like a quick, swift pop in the mouth, a hit to the head, a hit to the back of the head. And that was just like my whole youth growing up. And then when I went to elementary school, I used to get bullied really bad and used to get beaten up a lot, where kids would kick me in the ground and hit me in the head. I remember one time I was in middle school and somebody came and I was trying to go to my class. It was a lot of students, and I got punched in the back of the neck. It was so hard that I blacked out, and I remember waking up and everybody was gone to class already. And when I got to class, I got reprimanded by my teacher for getting there late. And I told her somebody hit me really hard, and she says, I don't care for your lies, go sit down. So it was just a lot of dismissive and never really getting any real attention from like medical staff when it came to every hit and contusion that I had to my head. So there have been times where, I would get really dizzy. I'd have to lay down. I feel, sometimes the world's like moving around when I know it's not, and I just have to lean on something. I hear the ringing all the time. It never goes away. It's only when there's other sounds that are over, like, dominating it in my ear, that's the only time when I don't hear the ringing. Like right now, I hear your computer processor, your printer, I hear things moving and functioning over here. So the ringing's not bothering me as much. But there are times where out of nowhere, it'll just be like, and it feels like like if you just saw a bright diamond and then the glare of the shine created this huge sound, you know, it was like just out of nowhere, kind of that feeling almost.
Yeah.
But it's really intense and it bothers me. And at nighttime, I hear it every single night I go to sleep. And then the leaking, I find it more comfortable to lay on this side than I do to this side sometimes. But I always shift because I have back problems. So,
Did you drive?
Yeah, I did.
Are you okay to drive?
I hyper focus. I'm not good when I'm out and about in areas where there's just a lot of sensory stuff going on, light, sounds, people talking, things like that. When I'm in the car, everything's dark. I have really dark tinted windows, and I wear my shades, which darkens everything. And then I'm able to hyper focus because of my ADHD. Thank God for that, because if not, I don't think I'd be able to do anything at all, because it's just so much. It's too much. It's all the time. I have to numb myself down, numb out the light. Sometimes I used to travel with earmuffs before I started taking medication. Now I have medication, so now it's not so intense, but this is like 20 times worse without Tourette's medication and medical marijuana. It's really, really bad. I take the combination of both of them and they help me. But if I didn't have either one of them, I would probably be begging for death because it's that intense. It's that crippling. It's so severe. I can't walk, sit, stand because of the intense pain in my spine. I have herniated disc and spinal stenosis. So it starts from my neck all the way to my tailbone and it affects everything. It's difficult to be able to do anything without constantly being medicated, which sucks because I don't like to have to take medicine all the time. And now every morning I have to wake up, take pills. I have to take one. Oh, I also have IBS. I just got diagnosed with IBS.
On top of everything.
On top of everything else.
Oh,
and my stomach issues also mess with my Tourette's and makes it act up. So it's like I deal with stomach pains, and I also take GI medication that's actually for GERD and acid reflux and everything in my stomach. Because after they did all the tests, they're like, well, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't have any cancer. We've already done your endoscopy, your colonoscopy. And basically what we found is you have acid in your stomach, and that shit is what's causing the sensitivity. You have to, now everything that you eat, you have to monitor, write down, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, stop eating it. And it's like, and you're going to have to deal with this for the rest of your life. And it's like, wow. Let's keep adding on to the list of shit that I'm going through right now, because that sucks. So I just, I'm glad to find out that, one, I don't have any cracks in my brain, I don't think, because when they do an MRI of just one side, is it them checking the whole brain or just that one little thing?
I think they usually check both sides. I mean, I haven't heard of a single-sided MRI or CT. I mean, they want to make sure the other side is, normal, or if both sides are abnormal.
Right.
But do you have a follow-up set with Dr. Gehring?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've already uploaded your test, so it'll be in your chart.
Okay.
He wanted to rule out any kind of inner ear, cochlear issues, and your hearing is well within normal limits.
Yeah, it's more than everybody else around me, at least. Nobody hears the stuff I hear, and they think I'm crazy sometimes. It's like, dude, I can hear that, or I'll be like, I could smell that. And they're like, what are you smelling? It's like, you don't smell that wrenching, disgusting, rotting stench. And it's like, I'll literally sniff throughout the whole house, and I'll find like a tiny little puddle of water that's probably been sitting there for like 3 or 4 days, and it's literally causing like a gnarly smell.
That's what, and you're able to hone in on that.
Yes.
Most people wouldn't.
Yeah, and I can literally pinpoint where it's at, find it, clean it up afterwards, disinfect it, get it all cleaned up. And my husband's like, how did you find that? I couldn't even smell that. And it's like, I can, and it's bad, and it's driving me crazy. Because it's like, it's so intense, the smell, the hearing, everything. Even my vision is like, my husband will be like, what are you looking at? It's like, dude, look at that thing right there, or somebody will point to something that's far away because they already know where it's at. My husband's like still trying to search for it. It's like, it's right there. It's right there. Come on, I'll show you. It's right there. So for whatever reason, yeah, I can see better, hear better, everything. But it's overwhelming some days
Sure.
because it's too much. And it's like, I'm fine when I'm at home in a dark place. I have a bed tent. It literally darkens everything, and it's like going into your own cave in your room, and it helps me with my sensory overload. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on with me, and it's too much. It's like intense all the time, and it never eases up. So I'm hopefully the doctor can figure out what it is, or at least maybe drain this. Maybe it'll make it better. I don't know.
Well, that's his domain, Dr. Gehring. Yeah, he can. I mean, some people have to come for regular mastoid drainage and cleaning and maintenance.
Have you ever heard of that? That a mastoid would cause like heightened senses?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
But
maybe it's just me, and then I have that thing on top of it.
You may have other. No, I mean, I've had patients who've had this kind of thing, but I didn't hear it related to mastoid. I heard it related to more neurological issues, but...
Yeah, maybe it is more neurological.
And do you see a neurologist, or have
Yes,
you?
I do. Okay. Actually, yeah, no, that's how I got diagnosed with Tourette's, was with a neurologist. I had to see a neuroscientist because regular neurologists apparently couldn't do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they said that they'd never seen anything like me, and they were trying to figure me out, and then they referred me to the neuroscientist. And the neuroscientist says, no, every neurologist knows what Tourette's is. He was like, that guy could have helped you. He was like, I don't know why he didn't. I'm so sorry. He was like, I wasted 3 months trying to see this doctor. He didn't even see me until the 3rd month. And on the 3rd month, he was like, okay, everything's fine. You're totally normal. It's in your head. Go see a psychiatrist. And I was like, what? And at the time, no medication, so all my tics were going off. My neck was going all over the place. My arms were all over the place. And I couldn't stop saying, wow. And it was just like every other word was wow.
Oh. And you can't help it?
No.
It just
no,
happens.
It's literally happening while I'm trying to speak. And it's very disruptive because you're trying to get a point across and you sound like a fucking child is like trying to mix in between your wording.
So let me ask you, because there are periods of time when we're talking where you don't do that.
I hyperfocus because I'm concentrating on what I'm discussing with you.
Right. So when I gave you the word list, you made something out of each word.
Yeah, that was really weird.
You
that
said,
was
like,
it
one
was.
Of the words was rotten. You said rotten hell.
Yeah, it was. My tics were going off, and it was very forceful. I get intrusive thoughts that.
So those words triggered.
They pop up.
Haze.
Yeah, all that was getting triggered by certain words. Yeah. My brain tries to do word association, and it messes me up because when I'm trying to speak of one thing, something else is coming out.
Yeah.
And it, once again, it's very disruptive, especially when, I'm a mother of 4. I have children, I have responsibilities, and I have a husband. So it's very difficult. Half of the time I'm suppressing. The other half of the time I'm trying to jump, like, it's a way of shifting the tics from one thing to another. So rather than it being something that's going to come out my mouth, it just turns into an intrusive thought, and it's really, really intrusive. So after I get off a phone call, it will come out of me like an explosion, blurting it out over and over and over and over again until it's out of me. Then when it's done, it's like, thank God, it's over with. It's a feeling of just like you're done. You know, if you ever done a task that's been very, very exhausting, and you just, it takes a lot out of you. But once you're finished, you're like, thank God I finally finished that task. And you have that feeling of almost like, of just feeling of accomplishment. Yeah. Like, thank God it's finished. Oh, I'm so glad I'm over that. That's almost the same exact feeling that happens when you're dealing with tics that are trying to take over, and you need to let them out. They let out, and then it's like finally you're like, oh, thank God it got out. I can be past this now and move on to the next thing. That's a lot like what happens to me when they're happening. But when there's certain words that I hear on a regular basis, or certain words that I've heard repeated to me over and over again through years and periods of time, like purple haze, is you know, they've used this as a form of perfume, a form of marijuana, a form of clothing, you know, name brand. So for me, when you said purple, that other word associated with it, and it started trying to come out as quickly as possible. It's trying to say words that are not there, but trying to, like, it's just like trying to jump to the next word, Okay, what are you trying to say? And it's trying to almost finish what you're trying to say and complete a sentence, but it's not necessary. It's not required.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, my brain is just like, and it's making me spew it out like word vomit. It's not something you're intentionally trying to get out, but it's something that's literally physically, forcefully coming out of you. And for me, it's like that's where you see me kind of panic a little bit, and you hear that word, and then it's like, but then it comes out with the extra, and it's I'm trying to suppress it.
You got 100% of the words correct, just with all the extras. So even in the midst of it, I was like, okay, you said the right word, you heard it.
Yeah.
I was just curious. I do need to bring you out.
No problem.
It was nice to meet you, and
Same
God
here.
bless you.
Thank
and
you.
good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to deal with it on your own, but you've got kids and
it's difficult, and they have to deal with all of it. Trust me, it's not easy for any people.
Does it make you dizzy to go backwards?
No, not too much. If I'm doing it, I'm totally fine because I'm hyper focusing. But yeah, the way you're doing that, it's like, it's kind of making me feel like I'm in a place getting pulled away, which is really cool.
So I'm gonna bring you this way.
Thank you.
Excuse us.
Green and gray. Green and gray.
Yeah.
She looks like a pixie. Oh, a fairy. Wow, you have fairies working in the office. Wow. I like your hair. It's so pretty.
She likes your hair.
See?
It's like a pixie.
Oh, pixie.
Thank
Like a
you.
fairy.
Appreciate it.
So pretty. Oh. Oh.
Checking out like this.
Nice legs. Wow. Whoa! I'm sorry, I have Tourette's. Oh, sexy, man. Wow, you work out. Wow, I'm so sorry. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh,
Hang on one second.
thank you. Oh. 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 Woo! Woo! Wow, you're posing those legs there for me, huh? Woo! Sexy! Sexy! Oh, I'm so sorry. Wow! Wow! Wow!
Jeanette, Angelina will be with you in a second.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
See,
what
she's busy.
What are you gonna do after you leave here?
Wow. Sorry, it's still early. I have another doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock. And I have to, Jesus, I have to, I forgot to put my glasses on. It's affecting, I'm sorry.
Is that better? Is it
It
less
is
bright now?
yeah, it's
That helps you?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay, good.
I have an ENT. No, sorry, not ENT. You're my ENT. I have an immunologist appointment for my son. He's 6. And
Now, is he one of the twins? That you
yes, he's the one that has the Down syndrome, the ADHD, Tourette, sensory issues, OCD. He's like a whole scale of stuff to go through with. Yeah, it's a lot with him. But we're taking him because, everybody's really pushing on me. Put him to school. There's nothing wrong with him. It's like, but every time he got sick, it was like he was sick for a month when we were only sick for 2 days. And he would always end up having like some type of infection. So I went ahead and, said, well, before I go rushing him back into school, I want him to see an immunologist. If he says it's okay, I want it in writing. So if he dies from something.
What? Oh, okay. Okay, you're all set. I just wanted to make sure there was no copay.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
Here,
no
let me
problem.
bring you out.
Thank you. Oh, but yeah, that's why we're going to go see an immunologist for him.
That's this afternoon?
Yes, at 1 p.m.
I'll hold the door for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I like your uniform. Oh, I like that. It looks good on you. Oh.
Do you want me to?
Oh.
So, is your car downstairs with the valet?
Yeah, it's next to valet cars. Oh.
Okay.
Oh. Thank you.
Let me get the door for you.
Thank you.
Here, I'll come down with you.
Oh, thank you. Oh. So yeah, that's all I have to do today, and all my kids are online schooling right now, so everybody's at home right now, and I have my oldest looking after the little ones for right now.
Mm-hmm.
She's 17 going on 18. Woo! Woo!
Which, are you in the lobby?
Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, that's basically what's going on. Whoa! If I find out that he's okay to get vaccinated, and the immunologist says that he's okay, I'm gonna put him back in school, because that's all I've been waiting for, is an okay for his health, you know. But everybody's been so iffy about it that they never gave me an okay about it. So I've been keeping him home, trying to keep him safe. But everybody's been pushing it. I got spoken down by a hospital homebound principal. They called me abusive for keeping my son at home, and they said that he's in danger every day that he stays there. And I said, are you freaking kidding me? I'm doing everything for his health. Oh.
So you parked here, right? The valet?
Yeah, behind the valet.
Bring you.
Oh, thank you.
For a ride again.
Woo! Woo! So much fun.
Make a sharp turn.
Thank you.
And where did you park?
I parked right over there on the opposite side of the desk of the valet.
But the valet got the car for you, right?
I had to park it. I accidentally hit the wall.
You parked it yourself?
Yeah. Because I couldn't find the valet. When I came in, there wasn't a valet. It was like behind. There was a ramp over there.
Since you parked yourself up there, follow this ramp down. Okay.
Yeah, it's a van. It's next to all the handicaps parking spots. I know that much. Yeah, it was right there. Ramp. There it is. That's my car.
The Honda?
Yeah.
Okay.
My husband took me the other day in his car. He took my handicap sign, and I didn't have the handicap sign, so I didn't want to park there because I didn't want them to tow me away because I didn't have my sign. So I had to park here, but I hit the wall because it was too close.
Oh, jeez.
I'm gonna get yelled at later. Yeah, no, my bumper got the majority of it. It got scraped, but it's okay. It didn't get messed up. It's okay.
We're gonna put the chair in the back.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, guys, so that's basically it. I know this is the longest freaking video I've ever done, but this is exactly what you go through when you see a audiologist who does a hearing test on you. It takes about 45 minutes. I did pause in between here and there where I could, so I did the best I could. Sorry, guys. Have a wonderful day. God bless you all, and always stay safe. Bye.